got demotivated as the day went on, or even players who won the group before the last match are not quite as motivated as they would be normally. Anyway, this is an interesting one. Peter Lyons dropped off the tour because he's been a mainstay for many years, but he's here as a top-up, but he's a pretty formidable top-up. He was in the commentary box last week and didn't make it through the Q School. He got to the last 16, which is the penultimate round of the second event, but he's having to sit this year out, but he may get some invites into ranking events as a top-up.
Yeah, Peter's been around the game a really long time. I remember playing him in the English Amateur final in '96, I think it was, in Bradford, and yeah, obviously we go back a long time, so he knows the game inside out, and I think the way this sort of frame's going already, that it may probably favour Peter.
Yeah, it's an interesting group. There's a lot of experience, obviously. Peter Lyons, Jimmy, Ben Wollaston, and then Liam Graham. It's his first day as a professional, so he's going to be playing the next match. Very excited, just 18. And he's playing his first match on television. You know, I'm sure, Stuart, when you turned pro, that was a long way off. You had to wade through all the qualifiers.
I don't think they had television back then. But yeah, I remember, I'm trying to think who it was. I think it was Stephen Ormerod, 1995 in Blackpool at the Norbrett Castle, if my memory serves me right. So yeah, no sort of, like, with these sort of new players coming through, they're getting so much experience and sort of chance to play top players from the off. Like you say, we had to go through sort of 10 rounds to have a chance of playing the likes of sort of Stephen Hendry and Steve Davis at them days. But these guys are sort of getting chances to play, sort of, say, the top 16 first matches on TV. Obviously the odds are stacked against them, but experience that sort of means a lot.
Yeah, and you get 3 matches. That's the beauty of this event, really. Well, this is a chance for Jimmy Robertson, who is the top seed in this group, although last week only 4 of the top seeds actually were successful. Oh dear. Well, he was slightly hampered, but even so, it was a surprise.
Yeah, you can see Jimmy sort of struggling a little bit and needs to settle down pretty quickly. That was a chance to obviously get the frame open and get going, but say early miss. He just needs to settle and calm down. Jimmy's a great player, great lad, very heavy scorer. We've got a mutual friend, Mark Davis. Mark said he's got more ball run than me, so that's saying something. But yeah, he's obviously a great lad and sort of up there in the ranks.
Well, Mark had a bit of run himself, didn't he? Because it seemed he'd been relegated from the circuit, and then the sort of parameters changed. I mean, he lost to Joe Perry in a decider in the World Qualifying, and he looked like he'd been relegated, and then it turns out he hasn't been.
Yeah, I was following Mark, obviously, being a friend. I was following every result, and I was absolutely sick when he obviously missed the pink.
4.
And then Joe potted obviously a pink and then a good black at the end. But yeah, absolutely sick for him. And then I was actually texting him that day when I found out that he got on tour, and literally spoke to him 5 minutes before the email came out from World Snooker, and I rang him straight back up and I went, "Is that right? You've got on the tour?" He went, "Yeah." I said, "Why didn't you say nothing?" He said, "Oh, I couldn't." And I went, "Well, it's me. Of course you can say." But yeah, over the moon for him. Give someone a few easy games on the tour. But yeah, no, he's obviously like great lad. Obviously, I'm normally playing golf this time of year with him, and where I've done my army, and obviously I can't. But it's good because, like I say, Jimmy's been practicing with him the last sort of half of last season. He said he's been playing the best he's ever done. So it's good that he's getting obviously a chance to sort of carry on.
Well, meanwhile, this frame not really going anywhere. Black over the pocket. A couple of chances on either side haven't come to much. But every frame today is equally important, no matter what we see in that frame. Peter's here with his son Oliver, who we saw last week, came second in his group. Just while we watch this, Stuart, obviously you're starting the season outside the top 16, so you know you're looking for a good start, I guess, to try and get some points on board early on.
Yeah, I think I started the year at 23. I think I finished the season 25, but obviously with a few of the Chinese being suspended, it's pushed me up to 23. Sort of look at a little bit of the rankings. I think I'm about 60,000 behind for the UK, so we've got some big tournaments in between. Obviously, we're back in China for the International Championship. That's the last tournament before the cut-off for the UK, so I'll need to do something big to get myself back in for the UK. But sort of looked throughout the whole season. I think snooker.org does sort of the rankings for the whole season, and I think for the Worlds I think I'm around about 19 and only about 8,000 points behind, so that would be a big goal. But again, there's only probably 2 or 3 cut-offs to try and get in the 16. Obviously the Masters being one and the Worlds is the other. Obviously the UK now is a big part, so my obviously goal this year is, I suppose, like every year, to try and get my hand on a bit of silverware, but if not, just the last 2 seasons ain't been great. I've had like one-off tournament here and there, so just to get a bit more consistent and have runs. So,
well, meanwhile, the problem with the black of the pocket has been solved. Lines has potted it, but he's not really finished great here.
The lines 8.
So this frame still taking a bit of sorting out. Table 2 is Zhao Guodong and Rory McLeod. McLeod in front
28.
in the first frame there by 21 points. It's live on the Matchroom Multisport YouTube channel. It's an interesting group actually. Martin Gould is in there, and Alexander Ursenbacher as well. So it's quite a tough group to call. Rory McLeod, he didn't get through Q School. He was involved in a marathon match with Robin Hull. Penultimate round.
yeah, I was keeping an eye on that because I think literally 2 or 3 days later, that's when I went to Finland and Robin picked me up from the airport. So yeah, obviously a little bit gutted for him, but sort of the older players like Rory, that you got to scrape them off the table. They're like sort of a bit like Peter. They will stay there all day to try and win a match. So tough. People think like you can blow people away. Sort of these days, they'll stay there forever and grind out a match. And that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Is getting that W, getting that win. Don't have to be pretty. So yeah. So obviously looks like Jimmy's got a good chance here amongst the black.
One.
Goes into the left pocket.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Peter smiling earlier. He shared a joke with the referee, but then in his seat after that last shot, he looked absolutely crestfallen because he's looking at the chance he's handed Jimmy Robertson. And the way Jimmy Robertson has started this match, he needs a chance like this, I think, just to get his arm going, pot a few, get back into the sort of match mode after a good few weeks off. We saw him at the Crucible again. His 5th time there, but I know he was disappointed. He was 5-4 up on Mark Williams after the first session, playing good stuff, and then didn't win another frame. So still yet to win a match there. Well, the same was true of Luca Brissell, of course, before this year. We know what happened there.
Yeah, exactly. I think with Jimmy, I think he does suffer a little bit
16.
with maybe probably a bit of self-belief, I suppose. He say he's been there. He's even obviously won a ranking event, but
17.
I think he puts himself under pressure that he don't perform well on the TV often enough, and I think he puts himself under pressure when he misses a couple. He puts himself under it, and he just needs to sort of try and relax and sort of just show his experience out there.
I think he's a
24.
good example of the way the middle ranks now are full of really good players. You know, the strength and depth in the game is like it's never been before. You could easily see
25.
someone like Jimmy Robertson. I know he's won a tournament already, but coming out the pack this season, winning another one, he's good enough. Just getting on a run in a tournament, getting some confidence. Maybe it'll be this tournament.
Yeah, you don't know when your sort of chance is going to come. I sort of try and play, sort of people say that I play in everything. I'll sort of treat it as a numbers game. I sort of enter everything, and I'm bound to have a good week, 2 weeks here and there, and simple as that. And say, Jimmy, he's
33.
capable when he gets his scoring boots on. He's a match for anyone. He just needs to settle down and sort of show his class.
Well, he's still going here. As I say, Peter Lyons, you could see he was annoyed to hand the chance to someone who'd been struggling. Just to settle in and put his stamp on this match.
39.
Yeah, not many players may probably have a sort of a game plan, but sort of, someone like Peter, like especially the way Jimmy started missing a few, it's like just don't leave him an easy chance. And I think when the camera went on Peter, you could see he was disappointed that he left him an easy chance round the black spot, and I think he sort of knew what was going to probably come from it.
Jimmy Robertson.
Bad miss there from
40.
Jimmy. He's left these balls. Obviously now they're in a great chance here for Peter to bounce back.
Yeah, just as things were looking up for him.
One.
Peter Lyons, based at the Northern Snooker Centre in Leeds, one of the oldest clubs in the country, one of the best as well. He did tell me actually to say to you to be kind to him today. So I'm just passing that on.
Yeah, I did bump into him and obviously Ollie just as I was coming to the building, and I said, yeah, I'm going to get my own back. All the times all the shots I do wrong here and there. So I said, no, I'll be kind.
7.
As we say, we go back a long way, and mutual respect, I think.
Yes, and he's one of those people. We saw another one actually last week, Barry Pinches, who actually won his group. You know they'll always be playing snooker, even if they're not on tour. They'll be playing in seniors events, amateur events, because it's just in their blood.
12. $13.
Hasn't finished ideal there. I wouldn't know Peter as a left-handed player, but yeah, this is a big shot. He's obviously got to clear this pocket so the other sort of 2 or 3 reds go in there, but I think that's the only opportunity, and unless Peter goes granite and plays a safety shot, I think he's got to take a chance here. Don't think he's ever played a left-handed shot. This will be interesting. He actually looked better than his son there,
20.
Ollie. But no, yeah, obviously disappointed there the way he's finished, and it will give Jimmy another chance to sort of get this first frame over and done with. Only 8 points in it, so all to play for.
Peter Lyons. 20.
Jimmy's here looking at a plant, obviously touching, so it'll be a reverse plant. You could get the white sort of round the back of the black. By this angle, it looks like, I think it'll be too much to make, but I'm sure we'll give it a go. not a bad shot to nothing, but he gave Peter it's more or less same shot, so big chance here for Peter. Always on them shots and nothings. You sort of try and aim a little bit on the thin side, so the sort of red stays down the black end, but as he's hit it thick, obviously the red's come back up and left Jimmy with a half chance now. Not the best positional shot, but a chance to win the frame more nonetheless.
Played that well because he has struggled in this frame, but now
4.
it is for the taking, and Peter Lyons will reflect on the chances he had. Doesn't take, look at his look on his face there, Pete. It doesn't take long, does it, in this sport? You know, first day of the season, everyone's happy and looking forward to it. About 15 minutes in, and already he's looking a bit sheepish.
I suppose when you've been a pro 30 plus years or so, he's been through every emotion going, and he's like, here we go again.
Yeah, I think what he'd be concerned about is if Robertson wins the frame, then suddenly he's settled in, he might start to play well. Whereas actually in this frame, you could argue he was there for the taking
13.
a little bit. Still needs this black. 21 in front, so still needs this in.
Yeah, the black goes in. Puts Jimmy
20.
28 up with 27 on, so still needs to play a good shot here. Peter, I'm sure, will come back and
Jimmy Robertson. 20.
I think Jimmy there thought it was going to go in off, but lucky it pulled up in time. Good to see Peter having a bit of a laugh with Jimmy as well.
Well, Robertson will be aware of Peter Lyons' experience and will not be taking this frame for granted yet. Just one snooker needed. Ooh, he's okay.
That's where Mark says he gets his ball run from, obviously. But yeah, obviously very lucky there. He's obviously overswerved the white, and obviously the check sides hit the cushion and obviously hit it out the back side, so very lucky. But I can see, get the yellow behind the black here. Be disappointed with that. It was a big chance to get that. Sort of Jimmy's doing the right thing, trying to keep length between the white and the yellow to make it a little bit harder each time for Peter to get the snooker. Again, a bit unlucky for Peter there. It's just yellow seemed to travel a little bit further, and it's made it an easy chance here to get out of this snooker.
Danger though for Robertson is there's nothing safe, so if Peter Lyons does get the snooker successfully, then the clearance might be on.
Yeah, without a doubt. And like you say, first frame of the season, you don't want to lose it when you needed a snooker. So it's big on both sides here, really. It's good when you sort of like when we're sort of commentating, you can see sort of the pattern that sort of Peter's got. He's obviously stunning the white, obviously into the bulk. Some people would look at maybe a different shot, but Peter's played that shot 2 or 3 times already, and it obviously might have to put that in the little black book and remember that for the future. But yeah, he's played a great shot there, and that's a good escape there. And he's been lucky. Frustrating as a player. Peter's playing all the right shots, putting Jimmy in trouble. And it seems like one shot like this, and it can sort of like give the frame away. But he's done a good escape there, and frame's still going. I think Peter tried to attempt to pot the yellow and obviously get the white back into bulk and to sort of lay the snooker obviously on the green behind the brown. So that's a opportunity for Peter. If he gets a chance, he might attempt to do the same, but Peter using experience there, obviously with the pink and black in a sort of line. He's making it, sort of judging the pace and everything. He's got a good snooker, easy 1 cushion, 2 cushion escape, but he's keeping control of the table.
Meanwhile, Rory McLeod has won the first frame on table 2 against Zhao Guodong. McLeod, a bit like Peter Lyons really, okay, he's a top-up, but he's a very experienced one. He's been a pro for many years and he's hard as nails, as we know. Double kiss. So can Jimmy Robertson put the yellow away here, and in doing so surely put the frame away? There's the answer. Oh, he's just playing the snooker. Oh, well, that was a surprise, and obviously that makes it much more difficult now for Peter Lyons.
Yeah, little shots like that in matches. Sort of Jimmy's butchered that yellow, and obviously got lucky with the snooker, and say to make it now 2 snookers. You wouldn't put it past Peter, but it makes it obviously the job a little bit more harder, and But yeah, as I say, that sort of just little shots here and there that make such of a difference in snooker, especially sort of the little bits of rubber green, people missing. Obviously, see it in the World Championships. Obviously, with Luca. Obviously, played Ronnie. I think someone mentioned the other day that Ronnie's highest break in that last session was 37 or something. Sort of, if you sort of go to the bookies and say Ronnie's only going to make a 37 in 6 frames, you'd maybe get 1,000,000 to 1. But when things happen for you, when it's meant to be, things like that happen. So, but Peter's got him in a good snooker here. Might be worth trying 2 cushions, hitting the up the back with the side and everything. So it might make it a little bit easier.
Yeah, Robertson just wants this frame done. He's had a few chances to put the yellow away without being successful. Wow. Oh no. Well, ball run's sort of nickname might be stolen here, Stuart, because he had a right run here. Jimmy Robertson nearly went in off with the double kiss, but the yellow's gone in the middle.
Yeah, again, amazing. Mark's been warning me for a good sort of 4 or 5 years that Jimmy would be nicking my title. So,
first frame.
Well, the frame is indeed his. It took a bit of winning, but we're underway. Jimmy Robertson leads 1-0.
Join Happy Tiger. Try a completely new online bingo game today. It's bingo that'll make your jaw drop, and it's super social. Play for as little as 25p and get your chance to win up to £2,500 every 5 minutes. So what you waiting for? Come join us. Just search for Happy Tiger Bingo. Happy Tiger Bingo. Low stakes, roaring bingo fun.
Co-op members save more with new member prices. So if you shop at Co-op and you're not a member, what are you waiting for? Join today and get £3 off your next shop when you spend £10. Download the Co-op app to sign up and save.
Sail through the heart of historic cities and unforgettable scenery with Viking. Unpack once and get closer to iconic landmarks, local life, and cultural treasures. Because when you experience Europe on a Viking longship, you'll spend less time getting there and more time being there. Viking, exploring the world in comfort.
Well, I think we can probably
Thank you. The
call
second
that
frame.
first frame scrappy. There were a lot of errors, but in the end, Jimmy Robertson, with a bit of luck, got it on the board. So he needs 2 more to collect the 3 points here. Of course, Peter Lyons can still win the match himself. Just a reminder, the match after this features the other 2 players in the group. Ben Wollaston, who's a local man here in Leicester, and Liam Graham, who's just 18, and he's going to be playing his first match as a pro. Well, he rode his luck, to say the least, in that opening frame, but No, maybe he's settled in. We'll see. Still, again, here could have left something easier.
Yeah, he had there. It was sort of a shot to nothing first red. Obviously, he missed it by a fair way, and obviously got the double kiss. But as in like the first frame, I think he's got a bit lucky. All Pete can do is obviously again get distance. Don't think he can hide that red on the left hand side. And obviously give Jimmy another chance. Yeah, I don't think either player's settled yet. Jimmy's there, missed that by a fair bit. I think he's got a bit lucky. I'm sure Pete will be a little bit frustrated and getting an easy chance. Played a great shot there. Looks tough to get out of as well, to try and leave it safe. He's got at least two or three cushions. Yeah, going that way. It seems hard to judge when the cushion's that close. Yeah, Jimmy's missed that by a long way.
Foul and a miss for Peter Lyons.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think as he got sort of nowhere near, I think that's why Peter's putting it back. I think it was obviously a hard shot to get going anyway, but I think Jimmy might need to look at a different way, because, like you say, I think it's the angle that you could be all day, and you could play easy 10 shots here and find it hard to get out of. Did I say 10 or 2?
Well, I think you still hold the record, actually. The most misses, 16, I believe. Where was the cue ball in all this?
I'm so glad you brought it out. I remember playing, it must have been against Jimmy White I know it was in Ireland, one of the PTCs. And I can't actually remember where the balls were. I think they were just everywhere, and I was just trying to land on a specific red. And it didn't seem like 16 shots, but I think I made an 80 clearance to sort of pivot on the black, I think, but it's still good that I won the frame. That's all I can remember of it.
Oh, don't tell me he's not left him a red this time. Well, the sigh tells you everything. You can't blame Peter Lyons for being a bit fed up here.
Wow, that's amazing. That's why I do love this game, because you could play the best shot and the worst shot, and the outcomes are massively. And like I say, he's got away with a massive one there. The white hitting obviously the knuckle of the pockets, leaving the white in the middle of the reds. But very lucky that it's ended up. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's touching. It's obviously an easier safety shot. If not, it's a tough shot. But yeah, what can happen in this game is totally amazing.
Well, he's going to play the little tap into them. Yeah, this is why it's different to a lot of sports. If you look at, let's just say, the 100 metres, if you fall over, you're not going to win. Simple as that. But here, you could butcher shots, and if you get away with it, not only you're not leaving anything on, but what it does to your opponent's emotions as well, because that's such a big part of snooker.
Extended spider.
Yeah, 60.
Yeah, he's obviously Jimmy didn't leave Peter a touching ball, and the shots Peter's played here, he's left a touching ball. So even little things like that are massive in this game. Obviously, it gives Jimmy a sort of an easier safety shot because he can just obviously play away and just concentrate on the white. So, but the way it's looking,
One. Okay.
the middle bump could be in play here, even the blue. So. He played a good shot there. You could see with the extended spider and extensions, Jimmy's a pretty tall guy, so even how tall he is, he found it a little bit hard to play the shot, but just seems everything at the moment with Peter. He's trying to play some good shots, and he's just leaving Jimmy sort of these shot to nothings, and Jimmy just ain't got his timing yet though. He's getting chances.
Meanwhile, table 2, Zhao Guodong at the table. He's trailing 1-0 to Rory McLeod. Zhao Guodong is the top seed there, but it's a tough group. Martin Gould, Alexander Ursabaka as well. So it's going to be fascinating to see who comes through that. They're all big hitters, really. Ursabaka back on for the Q school. Martin Gould has won the other Championship League, the invitation version.
7.
Well, Robertson is struggling, despite the run he's had. He's not really capitalising that much when he gets chances. And I guess that's what Peter Lyons has to hold on to. OK, things have gone against him, but Robertson hasn't really settled after winning frame 1, so let's see if Peter can knock this in and just get going himself.
One.
I think Peter here needs to take this back on in the middle. I think he's sort of looking at it as a safety shot, but I think it's tough. Like you say, he's had really no run, and he had to sort of hope a bit there to land on the black. I think he's quite a great black there, but you can tell by his demeanour walking around the table that he ain't landed on the right hand one, but I think he might be on the red in the opposite pocket. Might be bridging over a couple of reds. It's just everything's hard work at the moment for Peter. I think for both of them, they just ain't settled. I think Peter's trying to play the right shots, and it's just not happening. Some days it don't happen. I think if Peter plays this red, obviously with a spider or swan neck, the old-fashioned spider with a rest. The way the white, I think the white will be cannon into the black if he plays it at medium pace, so he might try and drop this in. think Peter was actually lining up to that playing sort of. I thought he was getting the white there for maybe probably the blue, but he might have played the cannon, obviously, to play the black in the middle. But this is a big shot if he takes this on. Again, I think he might have to, with that red over the left-hand pocket, I think he might have to put his eggs in one basket and go for it. Looking at it, I think it's a harder safety shot than it is to go for the pot. So I think the difference with the top players, they'd be playing the black already to play the shot, I would have thought, but Peter's decided to play the yellow for 1 or 2 cushions. Don't want this to go in off.
Foul and a miss. 9, Peter Line.
That's why sometimes I think it's better to go for a shot. At least you've actually attempted something there. He's obviously attempted the safety shot, but when it goes wrong, he's obviously got the white in hand. I think it's still a big shot for Jimmy. I think he needs to settle down here. I think that'll give him a bit of confidence. What I said earlier about his timing, you could see every shot he was missing, he was overcutting. It just means he's sort of not getting through the ball right. The timing. He was more dragging shots than stunning shots. So it's when people
8.
say about the timing, it's getting all that together.
9.
Well, he knows that his opponent is struggling, and this is a chance to really rub it in. And if he can win the frame, it's early days yet, but if he can, then obviously he's guaranteed a point.
14.
This is a big shot. Get the right side of the blue. Not too
15.
far. Perfect to open these reds up. I think one or two reds still go, but I think he needs to open all these reds up to get going. Thought he'd have might have
20.
played that a little bit harder and a bit more of a stun, but he's open. I think he's only open sort of 2 reds really, so he'll still need to have another chance of going into them reds.
Jagadon won that second frame against Rory McLeod, 1 each, total 2. Yeah, John Pellew having to do a bit of repair work to that extended spider.
Obviously, chatting to Mark Williams last week, he's brought out a rest. I think that World Snooker are looking into, so I think that may probably save all that sort of troubles.
Robertson, 21.
Big miss there from Jimmy. Obviously, he tried to again. He needed to obviously try and open the reds up. He's took a chance and missed a black, and he's left Peter here with an opening and a chance.
Well, that's his best chance so far. So this is the moment to be positive and just try and focus on what he's doing. Could have been 2-0.
9.
Yeah, don't look like you need to do any cannons, so you just try and control the white. Might do a little soft cannon into the pink here. He had, like you say, he had 3 or 4 reds to land on, so that's obviously why he's played that shot. But
14.
the frame's at his mercy now.
15.
Done quite well on the
22.
seniors tour. He's World Seniors Champion 2017. Last year he won the UK title. And as I say, he's not on the main tour now, but he'll carry on playing in various events. He just loves it. Times today, he didn't look like he was loving it, but but that's because he was not having the best of it. But this is a definite chance.
23. 25. 26.
That was a good pot there by Peter. Sort of make or break this frame, so it's important for him to get in close to these balls and make it as easy as possible.
29. 30.
18 in front, black make it 25, so you wouldn't need that red on the side rail. Ooh. Commentator's curse.
Peter Lyons, 30.
Well, it was a golden chance really to win the frame. He would be so annoyed.
Obviously with Jimmy contemplating this shot, obviously the black's covered that pocket, so it's a difficult safety shot here, I think, for Jimmy to put Peter under any pressure.
Foul.
Well,
7.
it might be a free ball actually.
Peter Lyons.
Yeah, looks like a free ball. That's what I mean, this game. It's amazing what can happen. Surprised there Peter ain't playing the brown as a free ball. But looking at it, the way the balls are, it's going to be tough for Jimmy to put this safe, so might sort of tell you how Peter's feeling. He's obviously not settled and not taking his chance, so
Oh, you got another 7
Foul.
points.
And a miss. 7. Peter Lyons. Put it back. Okay.
Back we go. John Pellew in charge here. He's very proud, quite rightly, to referee his home tournament, the final, the Welsh Open, this season. got probably the kindest voice of any referee, but even so, if he's awarding fouls to your opponent, it's still not nice.
No, definitely. Got to take your hat off to the refs, sort of, especially in these situations. Normally the big tournaments have got TV to go back to and even a scorer to make sure the balls are put right, but obviously they've just got to rely on the players here. And
Back at way. Oh, back is because I look with the angle, the brown as well. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
playing the shot Jimmy's trying to play, he's got to literally just miss the black coming down, I think, with loads of left-hand side. The hard thing is you're sort of digging down off the cushion. The white's going to push away to the right, so... Good hit there by Jimmy. He got it safe. Could have easily gone over the middle pocket. So many different ways of thinking in this game. Like when Peter had the free ball, I wouldn't think twice of trying to play the brown in the middle, and that's your chance to win the frame. Because I think things like this can happen. He's now got to fight for this chance, where he had looks like a straightforward brown into the middle, and the three reds were all there for the taking. So I think is when you get a chance like that, even if it's a 50-50 chance, I think you've got to try and take that chance, and that's maybe probably the difference between sort of the ranges of players, I suppose, of winning and losing tournaments and matches.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier Luca Purcell, that Ronnie O'Sullivan last session. I mean, I don't think he turned the ball down in that. He went for everything. He got pretty much everything.
Yeah, obviously learning over the years. I remember playing, I think it was Steve Maguire in the Welsh Open final, I think it was 2013, and I think I refused a shot, and I remember Steve Maguire walking to the table and like, "What, you scared?" And it has always sort of stuck in my mind, that thinking like, I think I was at the time, weren't brave enough to say it, but maybe we didn't want to leave an easy chance, and I think when you look at the top players over the years, that they go for their chance when they get them, even if it's maybe probably an odds against, even a 60-40, playing the sort of the likes of Ronnie. I remember a certain shot in I think it was a UK Championship semi-final, and I think I left him I think the ref called a miss, and he took a shot on where he was leaving me in the reds, and he potted it, and I was like, wow, can't believe he's even gone for it. But that's just the difference in mindset of players, and I think he obviously went on and won the tournament that year. That's the difference.
Well, he's still in front here by 32, but everything, again, he's potable. Looks like he's got him snookered though on all three reds here.
looking at it, I think that's the only sort of shot that Jimmy had there to try and lay on that red, but he's gave Peter this chance, and 32 in front. I think he only needs red colour red, and that should be enough. So to get it to 1-1.
Well, he's been patient for sure. He's crafted this opening. It's not been a sparkling match, let's be honest, but it's about getting the frames on the board. Peter Lyons, if he can win this one, guarantees we've got 2 more, and of course he can still win the match, get the 3 points. Check of the scores. This is the ball that will leave Robertson needing snookers.
5. 6.
I think Peter will be feeling relieved more than sort of any confidence
10.
to get sort of back to 1-1. He can think he's back in this
11.
game, and like I say, to have a chance to win this game. Jimmy's said it ain't settled, and I'm sure Peter will be seeing that and try and take his chances in the next 2 frames.
Look at how relaxed he is though now, potting balls now the frame's over. No worries about the brown there.
15.
Yeah, it's been a bit
17.
stop-start. Did wonder if Robertson winning the first frame he might just relax a bit, but not quite yet, so still
20.
any result possible here.
24. 29. 35.
So Peter Lyons got the lead,
To left.
and he's got over the line in frame 2. We're level at 1 each.
My conservatory is like an oven at this time of year. Luckily, Conservatory Insulations has sent Chris to save the day. Chris!
Chris is inside.
Chris? Chris? Chris?
No, this is Chris.
Oh! The unique conservatory heat reflective insulation system reflects heat and glare in the summer and locks in warmth in the winter. Our summer sale is now on. Visit conservatoryinsulations.com.
Hi, Sue. Are we walking today?
I'd love to, but my legs feel tired and achy.
I had the same problem. You need Revitive. Revitive Circulation Booster gets my leg muscles pumping, which could relieve tired, achy-feeling legs and reduce swelling. And it's drug-free. Wow, who's been using Revitive?
Race you to the cafe.
Try Revitive. It just might change your life. For latest offers, see in-store or revitive.com.
Thanks so much. Yeah, my brother's going over now.
All okay?
That was Verisure Alarms. Someone broke into our house.
Really?
Verisure activated Zero Vision. Burglar ran away.
Maybe I should get one.
Verisure Alarms. Get 50% off your Zero Vision alarm installation and a free video doorbell install. Call now or visit verisure.co.uk.
Welcome back to Leicester. 1 each here between Jimmy Robertson and Peter Lyons, so guaranteed 2 more frames. It's Group 16 of the Championship League. There's 32 groups in this stage. The winner of each goes into the next stage.
Thank you. 3rd frame. Jimmy Robertson to break.
Peter Lyons in that last frame at the end of the frame just got a bit of table time, just potting a few, which may serve him in good stead going forward. Standard hasn't been that great so far. Well, there's nothing wrong with that one, having said that. It's a good pot.
One.
Quite an aggressive shot, really. He could have rolled up to a bulk colour, but I guess he's thinking, well, it's a big target. He's trying to get them open and put Robertson in trouble.
Yeah, it's good to see. When the Reds are like that, yeah, it's no point of rolling into a ball because it's obviously an easy shot to get out of. So it was good to see Peter played a positive shot. It's always risky. Sometimes the ball can go, the red can easily go over the pocket. So, it was good to see.
Let me ask you this, Stuart: do your tactics, are they defined by who you're playing, or do you just play your own game no matter who you're playing? Because obviously all your opponents have a sort of different approach and different strengths.
Yeah, I'm probably too attacking for my own good. I try and obviously open the balls up, try and get the black cleared. So if you get a chance, you can try and win it in one visit. But I think if you're seeing your player struggling, you might leave them a few tempters, like long balls if they're obviously like struggling with over the length of the table. And obviously if they're catching balls thick on safeties and things like that, might keep it tight and try and get your chance that way. But with this game, one shot can change everything, and you still got to take your chance when you get it. You can play all the right shots and get your chance, but you still got to pot the balls. And I think the days of trying to play your sort of a percentage game or tactical, try and have a game plan, I think you've just got to sort of wing it and play how you feel on the day. It's sort of tough trying to sort of play someone like Peter because he's happy to make sort of 20, 30 and keep you tight, where other players, like you say, try and win the frames in one visit, open the balls up as early as possible, and then they obviously, if they miss, then you've got obviously an easy chance. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, you say about keeping the black in play. Of course, you're on 9 maximums, aren't you? So, well, it could be tomorrow. Who knows when you make the 10th? But that'll be a big moment when it comes.
Yeah, amazing. Sort of, up to 9. Obviously practice and sort of. I'd sort of go through spells. I may probably not make one for a month, and then I'll have 5 in a week on the practice table, and I seem to know when one's coming up because I'll miss sort of 2 or 3 or 4 golden chances in practice, and then go to the tournament table and sort of take it to the table and sort of play. And I was just about to say, it sort of shows you when you feel good, but sometimes I've had one when I've been struggling big time, and then out of the blue, sort of I'll make a max, and just you have maybe probably a spell of like 10-15 minutes of total in the zone, and your timing's there, and everything goes to plan.
Well, the only 3 players who've made double-figure maximums in tournament play: Ronnie O'Sullivan, Stephen Hendry and John Higgins. So it's a nice company to be in when it comes along.
Yeah, obviously you had Stephen Hendry come to the house, done his YouTube channel, and we was obviously talking about that, and it's sort of, that's my goal, to get past Stephen. That'd be a great achievement for myself. I'm sure if I ever got close to John or Ronnie, I'm sure they'll put their foot down again and make another few to keep the record. But I think over the last sort of year or so, I think a few players are getting close to me. Wow. I think Jimmy there was scared of obviously the 3 miss rule, so I think he just went for a shot. And don't tell me he's come out lucky there again. think we need to ask Jimmy what the lottery numbers are. Yeah, he's had a massive slice of luck there.
Yeah, Peter Lyons just used a bit of experience there. Just almost, you could feel him counting to 10 in his head, rather than letting it get to him. Although he's shaking his head there a little bit. I think that's the thing. He's seen Robertson not play his best by any means, but okay, he won the last frame, but there's other times when chances might come along, a little bit of fortunes come into play, and it's just all a big test. Which this game is, of course, because it is a game. It's not a science. It's a game, and things happen.
I think it was only right there that Peter got a nice nudge there. Obviously caught the red a bit thin, but I think Jimmy won't begrudge him that. I think the counts are something like 10-1 for Jimmy.
Your nickname is interesting, I think, because my theory is it's an advantage, actually, because the minute you get a little bit of luck, which you're going to, because everyone does. Oh, here he is again, ball run. Early in a match, if you get like a bit of run in the first frame, oh, well, I can't beat him. And you're getting all the luck again. I'm sure you get no more than anyone else, but you like that nickname, right?
Yeah, it stuck. It come from back when I used to play. I think when I was about 16, 17, obviously Basden Snooker Club. There was a good player in there, and obviously we played like a money game, and obviously got loads of luck, and he nicknamed me, a guy called Rob John, and he nicknamed me Bull Run Bingham, and it's just stuck. It just stuck, and I remember playing Steve Davis when I was about 16, 17, and I had it on my case, and he said that's got to be the best nickname ever. So I've just kept it going. So but like you should say, it does get people in people's head. It's shocking to say. You hear some of the commentators, I'll get one bit of luck and that's it, it's Bull Run Bingham, and the guy who I'm playing could play the same shot and not mention anything. It does happen, but long may it continue.
Well, meanwhile, this is somehow managed to come between green and black here. It's all a bit of an ordeal at the moment, just trying to keep going. He's taking this blue. Yeah, just not sort of played in. You can see he looks a bit rusty. Of course, Peter Lyons has had more competitive snooker because he did play in that Q School, the 2 events there. They were a few weeks ago now, but he did have matches at least.
1.
Yeah, I did speak to Jimmy just beforehand on the practice table when he said he had a few weeks off. So it does make a difference, just sort of even like tactically, obviously how you're feeling in games and things like that. So with Peter obviously going to Q School, having them games under his belt, 6. I'm sure he fancy himself to win this the way Jimmy's playing. I think he'll be disappointed if he don't come off with a win here.
7.
One of the players that came through the Q School, Liam Pullen, we saw him last week, just a teenager. He's been mentored by Peter Lyons. He was saying how helpful he'd been, and obviously someone who's had a long career in the professional game can pass on a lot of wisdom, not just about playing but also the other stuff, how you conduct yourself and what it's all about on tour. So it's good to have someone like that in your corner.
12.
Yeah, I think obviously his son Ollie, I think he's obviously learnt a lot from his dad, and What a great guy to have behind you, Peter. He's, say, nice guy, a hard-fought battler, been around the game a while and knows every sort of shot in the book. So tactically wise, I think there's sort of the younger generation, it's all about potting balls and making breaks, and I think with
19.
Peter in your corner, if you play him, I'm sure he'll be showing you the ropes and showing you the bulk end and how to get there, and
20.
it's good to have that experience behind you.
$26.
Looks like he's on that red. He just needs a good shot here to get on the next colour, pink or blue, if he can, and obviously he needs to open these reds up.
27.
I think the only shot he's got here, if he could hold the pink spot, and sort of the left hand side, the red popping out, I think that's the only shot he can maybe land on by the looks of it. He found a plant. By the way he's played that shot, them two reds have got to be a dead set the way he's played that.
33.
It should open up the other reds as well, so big shot in the frame.
$34.
Obviously hard to see what angle he had there, but if it was obviously dead set, you'd be trying to open them reds up as much as possible, but he's got to play another good shot here.
Yeah, caught the brown, so end of break. He's got a 47-point lead. But he was just starting to look good here until this happened.
Yeah, the way them reds were, they were tough to make a break, and nearly unlocked the key to them all. But yeah, just catching the brown there stopped the break, and safety actually does look pretty hard to keep it tight. So.
Peter Lyons, 39.
47 in it. 83 left on the table. Black off the cushion. Pink's in plays. Yeah, it makes it tough to. It's tough to have a chance of winning this frame, but Jimmy there trying to maybe open the reds up. Sort of forgot about getting the white at a good length, and left Peter with a good chance on this long red. Yeah, great pot there by Peter.
One.
Sort of shot you'd practice, sort of a blue off the spot, so golden opportunity here to make it 2-1.
Six.
Well, you can see from his reaction that it's gone badly wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure what sort of shot he was trying to play there, really. I thought he had to sort of try and drag the blue in. He either had the left-hand red or the bottom red. He's played it off the cushion and he's got himself a world of trouble here.
Peter lines 6.
Good escape. He's obviously lost a chance, and Jimmy get control of his table.
They both hold unusual records, actually. Jimmy Robertson, most points scored in a frame, 178. That was a couple of years ago against Lee Walker, actually, who was with us last week. So he scored 178 points in a frame. I'm guessing there were a few fouls. And Peter, actually with Dominic Dale, who'll be here later, most points between the two players in a frame, 192. He scored 108, Dominic 84.
Wow, that's some good records there. 170.
Jimmy was 178, yeah.
Wow.
Quite dark stuff, but there we are. All you need to know about that was it was in the Scottish Open, which was played in Wales. That was when it had to be in Llandudno for various reasons. People say snooker's an eccentric sport. I don't understand it personally. He's kind of on top here, obviously, Peter, with the lead he's got, but not won the frame yet. And this is where maybe his experience will tell, just nursing this lead.
Yeah, you got Peter trying to tie the. You got Peter trying to tie these reds up, and you've got Jimmy trying to keep them off the cushion. So it's a good battle here.
Meantime, looks like Rory McLeod is going to be 2-1 up on Zhao Guodong on table 2. He's 31 in front with 22 on there, so barring snookers or in offs, it should be 2-1 to Rory. Zhao Guodong, if he pots the brown there, it's 2 snookers on the blue. Anyway, we'll let you know. It's live on the Matchroom Multisport YouTube channel. Just in terms of the week ahead, obviously we'll see Stuart tomorrow. He's top seed in his group. Anthony Hamilton, top seed on table 2. We've got the likes of Shoyu Long, Ali Carter, Robert Milkins, Si Jia-Wei, of course, semi-finalist at the Crucible. They're all in action this week. Well, the green safe, there's a red safe as well next to it, so he's holding the cards here, Peter Lyons. Pushing another one into a safe position.
Yeah, this is where experience will tell. Just if Jimmy does get a chance, it's making it very hard to score anything. So great long red there from Jimmy on the pink in the middle. Sort of try and get himself back in the frame a little bit. Off this top red, he could try and disturb the other 2 reds here.
7.
That's that good starting opening red. Not sure if the angle's right, but he could have a chance here of opening at least one of them 2 reds. Took his eye off the pot though.
7.
bad miss. More concentrating on moving them 2 reds.
Yeah, welcome back, isn't it? After a nice few weeks off. Rory McLeod did win that frame next door, so 2-1 against Xiao Guodong. Well, it's a big chance to get the frame won. He didn't have that much more to do. Would have been on the black, but not to be.
One.
A good pot there by Jimmy with the rest, but this blue's no gimme. Nice shot. Again, he's left himself an angle on this red.
6.
I'm sure this time he'll be just trying to concentrate on potting this red. Sometimes you get a second chance from a mistake you've done. I'm sure he'll make amends.
7.
A little bit fortunate there, catching the middle bump. Kept himself on the yellow there. .39 behind. Yellow making it 37. Might take the opportunity here to leave himself an angle on the pink to get that last red off.
Ten.
Or he could leave himself on the angle on the red to get the last red off.
$16.
How would Jimmy see this? Pot the red, pot the black, leave himself a double on the red.
17.
Won't be able to now. Jimmy's done a good thing there. He's obviously potted the open red to get himself back into this frame. He's trailing by 22. Play the red onto the green. Could be a shot here. Get the white behind the brown.
Yeah, so suddenly the table has opened up, which of course is what he needed, trailing. Peter Lyons had a golden chance. He missed that red. As I say, we've not much more to do to win the frame.
I'm sure Jimmy will take this red on down to the green pocket. The percentages obviously of potting it is pretty slim, but to sort of leave it on as well, it's sort of half a shot to nothing. But if he can pot it, he's on the green. Peter played a good shot there. Obviously the top on the ball, it sort of made it into reverse, so when it hit the cushion, it sort of kept the white on the cushion. So yeah, very nice shot. And Jimmy's played an even better shot there. That could be the telling shot into this third frame.
Well, certainly if he leaves the red on, they're all there for Jimmy Robertson, who, where the balls were about 5 minutes ago, looked a big second favourite in this frame, trailing, balls on cushions, but it's all opened up.
Oh, and a miss. 4. Jimmy Robertson.
Wasn't really close there, Peter. I'm sure Jimmy will be putting his back. It's important actually that John puts his back correctly.
Jimmy.
Not that it makes a difference, you can hit some cushion I'm standing right behind it.
Yeah, you said that.
Whatever shot, it ain't going to affect it, but you can see
Have a look for that.
that part where the chair is there.
That way?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
This way.
You can see that red chair there.
Should we come away from it a bit?
Yeah, or down, or wherever.
I couldn't go there.
No.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would
You still, it doesn't make any difference. You still can't hit that chair, but...
So further. Maybe it was further down.
Yeah, either, I don't know.
Let's have a look from that side. I judge the white and the brown from over here as well. To me, that's about right, the white and the brown.
Yeah, it ain't going to affect
Yeah.
it.
Well, they've all tried to get it in the right spot. As Stuart said earlier, there's no freeze frame that they can refer to.
The only way you can mark where the brown is, just in case I hit the brown on the way past, you know what I mean?
No, there's no way you can mark it. I look at the letters by ear, right?
Yeah.
Give it an idea. Okay.
Bit of insight there of how the referees can judge where the balls were. It's quite good by John there. He's got to just miss this brown here. Yeah, great shot, great escape there by Peter, left it safe. Got a bit of luck there, Peter. Maybe he rightly deserved. He need to hit it hard and get sort of distance between the red and the white. But yeah, easy escape. But he's left Peter with an opportunity. 18 behind. Will he take it or will he play safe? Nice shot by Pete there. He's found the Watford. There's always a gap on the snooker table.
Always close, you know. Ooh, not on this occasion. Closer to the middle than it was the corner. Big moments these. Whoever wins the frame obviously can go on and win the match. Their opponent, the best they could do is a draw.
Yeah, nice shot there by Pete. A bit unlucky that he caught the blue, but he made probably the same sentence. He's pushed the blue safe. Oh wow! Anywhere on that yellow, half ball, he leaves the red on. Full ball contact, he's left it safe. Yeah, I don't think Peter there could have done a lot. Just try to get distance, but he could be in trouble if Jimmy hits the right hand side of this red, gets the white behind the blue, and the red comes just past the pink. Nice friendly kiss there for Peter. Got a great white. Obviously a half ball kiss on the brown. Left it snookered.
Yeah, and it has yielded the chance he's been looking for to get this frame won. He's already 18 in front. It's been a real scrap.
One.
So green, yellow, green needed. At times the running has conspired against him, but the truth is Jimmy Robertson hasn't profited from the good little bits of luck he's had. He struggled really.
6.
They both have, let's be honest. But he's suddenly up against it, having won the first frame. He's the top seed in this group. If he loses the match, then he's going to have to potentially rely on other results later to stand any chance of winning the group. He's also going to have to improve his own game. So at the moment, assuming this frame's gone, he'll be battling for the draw.
$14, a 13.
31 in front with 18 on, no way back.
The lines 13 on the frame.
That's why Jimmy Robertson stays in his chair. So Peter Lyons in bits and pieces has won frame 3 and he leads 2-1. Well, it's been quite a lengthy 3 points, or whether Jimmy Robertson can grab a point for himself. And I think draws in the group phase are always good news for the other players. I think Ben Wollaston and Liam Graham wouldn't mind seeing a draw here. Gives one of them a chance to take an early lead in the group. They'll be up, of course, after this match. Just to say, Xiaogu Dong is 53 in front on table 2 with a good chance for 2-2. So again, a draw there. Not the worst news for the other players in that group, Gould and Ersenbacher. Still, I say this every day, and I keep saying it till it happens. There's never been a group where all the matches have been draws. Of course, if that happened, then the high breaks would decide it.
Yeah, I keep getting this mixed up with the one around Christmas time, the invitation event. It's sort of I've been trying to watch last week while I've been practicing, and I think the high break won a couple of people extra places. So
yeah, although I suspect this match is not going to come into it for high breaks because there's not really been any. But yeah, it can decide, you know, money, ranking points, and later on in the season, who knows what it could, you know, go towards. Tour survival almost could come into play just basically on, you know, whether you make an 80 or an 82.
yeah, definitely every pound, every penny counts. So every place. I think that we was talking about this last year's tournament. Me and Ricky, I think we were playing for second and third place, and I think my last frame, I think Ricky secured second place, and then the last frame I made 100 to secure third place, and I think it does make a hell of a difference when it's like come to the end of the season.
One.
Well, Peter Lyons missed the red, and Jimmy Robertson, he struggled in this match, but this is a chance certainly to build a nice lead in this frame. Yeah, the thing about that match you missed out there, Stuart, that group match that you played with Ricky Walden finished after the final of the tournament. Oh, meanwhile,
Jimmy
that's a surprising miss, even despite the struggles. A bit of noise outside, which maybe hasn't helped. Some work's going on or something outside. Now, Zhao Gudong, he's going to get the job done here on table 2, because that frame well and truly won, and if he's on a break there, obviously then that could come into play later in terms of the positions. Very nice player, I think, very elegant kind of player. Zhao Gudong, one of those players, again, if he were to win a tournament, it wouldn't be a big shock. He's on a break here of 68, so could still get to 93 if he clears up. That would be useful to have.
Yeah, Zhao's one of those players that you see him around tournaments and you see him play and you think, like, how's he never done any better? And he'll get to a semi-finals playing really well, and then he'll go missing for a few events. So, but definitely, yeah, I think he's got a collection of cues. I think he's into his cues, and
86.
Good lad off the table, and yeah, very, very good player.
Well, he's got the point there, so honours even, and next up, Martin Gould and Alexander Ersenbacher.
1.
We saw Peter Lyons' reaction as he went back to his seat, not happy, but as we've seen in this match, just leaving a chance doesn't mean you're going to get punished necessarily. Can Jimmy Robertson finish off strongly? That's the question. It's been a real struggle right from the off. But if he can get a draw out of this
6.
match, having played nowhere near his best, then that's a good result, really. Oh, the red just drops.
7.
I think by the end of that week, end of this week, if that same shot, I think that stays over the pocket. Obviously, a new week, new clock, new balls, and I think that's why it's sort of edged in to the pocket. It's obviously sliding in a bit more, but yeah, obviously a good break really
10.
from Jimmy there. Little shots like that will give Jimmy confidence. The sort of shots you need a little bit of time in here and there. So might give him a bit of confidence for the sort of rest of the day.
16.
Just say one shot like that can make a hell of a difference. So. I think the last shot there by Peter, he got down on it. I think he was going to play the shot to nothing and then got up off the shot, changed his mind, and sometimes that's the worst thing you can do. And you sort of
17.
I suppose how I see the game, it's sort of normally the first shot you see 95% of the time is the right shot, and sometimes when you second guess it can go a bit wrong, and I think that's what might have happened with Peter. Obviously played the sort of changed his mind, played the shot, got the double kiss, and obviously left the red in the middle for Jimmy. Nice shot there on the green to keep this break
20.
going. I find this game's all about patterns and sort of get that black back on the spot as soon as possible to sort of get back into your normal pattern. Sort of the white, he's just lost the white a little bit there. He's looking where to leave the white, put the red under the black.
$26. Jimmy Robertson.
Well, that's been the story of the
26.
match, really. Getting into a good position, but not being as clinical as you might expect. And didn't really threaten with that one. So 27 in the frame. Yeah, this is why it's been quite a lengthy match, because there's been quite a few errors when chances have come along. But Jimmy Robertson can forget all about his own miss with the rest, because he's in immediately.
Yeah, very fortunate cannon there. went into the pack at a good pace, but the white slid off the pack and got a nice nudge on the red on the cushion.
Yeah, we've talked a lot today about luck, but the truth is you can't get a bit of luck like that if Peter Lyons doesn't miss. I mean, Peter Lyons had a chance, didn't take it, and they'd be concerned now that he's not going to get another one.
13.
This could have been any result because there's been so many chances.
14.
It looks like if he can continue here, it's going to be a draw.
$20. 21.
Yeah, nice shot there by Jimmy on the black. One more red, one more colour after the black, and should be 2-2.
$28.
Just need to play this cannon correctly. I'm not sure if he can. Screwing it back and playing for the black.
29.
No, this is a big shot. Jimmy's missed one or two of these, so sort of level the match. This is a big shot for him.
Oh, you called it, and he hasn't got it. So, could be a twist yet.
29.
Still enough on here for Peter Lyons. Kind of sums up the afternoon for Jimmy Robertson, really, missing that. Can Peter Lyons steal it for a 3-1 victory?
Yeah, you can just sense it on some players. Obviously, normally they'll pop that 99 times out of 100, and obviously the way the match has gone today, it just seems every shot sort of a pint of blood, and he needed to be sort of either easy on the pink or easy on the black to get the job done, but he's gave Peter with a great opportunity here. The colour to get on the yellow would be difficult. Looking at the reds, he should clear the reds. Doesn't need particularly high colours, so he can easily just work off the pink and the black here.
9.
Don't want to finish straight.
$16. 17.
Yeah, nice shot there on the red. Dropped in the middle. Drop this pink in. Should fall behind the red for the red in the opposite middle. Try and disturb it. Oh, we've just gone a bit wrong. Does he attempt the cutting or does he attempt the double?
23. Peter Lyons, 23.
In the end, he didn't get the snooker. So 33 in it, 35 on. A long match, but a dramatic finish. Still in the offing.
Oh, Jimmy there has played a bad shot to Canada brown and yellow. It's obviously Peter would take a chance at this red. It's made the clearance a little bit easier. This looks like a great shot. Yeah, I think every frame's had a chance that both players could have won each of them, and
the blue, so that helped Peter Lyons a bit of latitude with now.
Peter Lyons.
Had a lot to do in terms of putting balls back and so on.
Foul and a miss. 4. Yes, please. Peter Lyons.
Cue ball running, that could have been a free ball on another day. That would have given Peter Lyons potentially a good chance again.
Midfield.
Well, he's had a bit of run in the match, but just at the moment where maybe he needed it more than ever, he didn't get it.
yeah, they say luck evened itself out, and I think it actually has happened in this instance.
One.
What a chance then for Peter Lyons to steal it. But you'd have to say it's not exactly been plain sailing in this match, so let's see how far he gets.
Seven.
Yeah, you won't get a better opportunity here to win this match
9.
today, so this will be a massive clearance for both players, really.
Yeah, big for the group overall. As I said, a draw would be good for the other two players, Ben Wollaston and Liam Graham, but Peter Lyons setting the pace if he can pot these and get to 3 points.
16.
Times he looked thoroughly fed up. Things were going against him, but you've got to dig in this sport. He knows that. It's what he's done. It's long years on tour and playing snooker in general. Things can change at just the right moment.
21.
Pink and black then for victory. Well, it's been very dramatic. There's been quite a few errors and twists and turns. Surely Peter Lyons is going to drop this black in. And that's exactly what he's done. He'll be delighted because, as I say, there was plenty of times where things seemed to be conspiring against him. But Peter Lyons wins the first match here on table 1 today. And coming up in 5 minutes, it's Ben Wollaston against Liam Graham.